But first off, you know, I can tell you all about myself, but really this webinar is about you, and I want to know what you need to know or want to know about hypnosis, about conscious hypnosis, or what how hypnosis can help you, I guess, improve what you do or do what you do best with clients or with family, with friends, and most importantly yourself. I don't think there's doing hypnosis with clients and other people without first doing this with yourself. I think you've got to take the time to be number one yourself for a moment and do hypnosis with yourself and start to enhance what you do, change your energy, change your vibrations, and really get what you want from life so that you can inspire others. I think we talk in the training, of course, of Einstein's theory that the best way to get other people to do something is inspire them. In fact, it's the only real way. So do this stuff with yourself so that you become the person you want to be, and you'll inspire many people around you to want your services too. So what problems, I guess, are you facing in your life, and how can hypnosis solve these problems? So if you've got any questions, ask away. We'll give you about 30 seconds or so. Type a couple of things in there, and let's get the discussion going on what hypnosis and conscious hypnosis is.
DJ, the first question is, what's the difference between conscious hypnosis and normal hypnosis?
Okay. Wonderful question. Thanks for asking. I think the important way to start looking at hypnosis is all hypnosis should really, in a sense, be a conscious form of hypnosis. One of the misconceptions about hypnosis is that it's mystical, or that you've got to sort of go out, the lights are out sort of thing. And this isn't true. The main point that there's never ever been a brainwave activity associated with hypnosis. That's an important fact, that there's no space in your mind that you go to when you hypnotize. So this redefines hypnosis as it's been over the last 200 or so years, at least the last 150 years since the modern conception of hypnosis was sort of invented. And that is that the best way, the only way the brain learns is through a conscious process. And so by using your brain with the process, the many states that hypnosis can induce, you can use a conscious process to enhance I guess the energy and vibration of your energy and purpose. But more than that, your body's run by a very large subconscious process. And that subconscious process can only be inspired or even influenced by a conscious intervention. And so what we've used sort of the standard ideas of hypnosis from many professionals in the past, and we've actually used a conscious initiative to induce that. And what that'll do is you'll find that it'll enhance your results 10, 15, 20 to 100 times faster than what previously has been used in a lot of different styles of hypnosis. Now, of course, there are hundreds of different styles of hypnosis, and this is not the only one, and I'm not saying out there it's the best one. It's best to find one that works with you. But the beautiful thing I found about using conscious hypnosis, especially with yourself, that you can consciously put steps in play, small steps, moment by moment, step by step, that influences your internal and external vibration, which is picked up by your clients around you or by the people around you. Recent studies at Stanford University in regard to heart monitoring tests found that the actual heart itself, an electrical current from your heart, can be picked up within 1.2 meters around you. Wouldn't it be nice if you have a real heartfelt purpose to be able to consciously install a strategy within you that other people are able to pick up electronically, or in better terms, hypnotically, subconsciously? that makes a change within them, and often without them even knowing about it. I was blown away the first time this ever happened to me, by the way, and I'm still, every time it does happen, I'm still blown away. So I'm really looking forward to giving you this solution to your problems. So I hope that answered that first question. What is the difference, old style hypnosis, I guess, and conscious hypnosis?
Thank you, DJ. Got a couple other questions here for you. Claire says, can hypnosis help with chronic illness?
I'd have to say yes, and yes, and yes. I think one of the wonderful things, the beauties of hypnosis, is it's a process. And so the process is already used in helping people with chronic illness. Now, of course, in the training, we'll go into more detail with this. But I want you to know that hypnosis is the most used around the world to influence chronic illness. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, mate. Trish asks this question. DJ, I need to know how to use hypnosis to help with stress, to the point where the stress is causing muscle injuries. DJ, you're going to have some people in these hypnosis trainings all ready to go with lots of fun stuff to play with, right?
Oh, fantastic. And look, the training's first going to deal with you, so you're going to be using this material to, number one, help yourself first, and as I said before. So, by the way, stress is one of my big ones that I work with, and I think one of the first ways is we re-identify what stress is in the training. It's an adult word, not a word that was around 100 years ago. So we're going to redefine it for you, and we're going to give you the simplest way. By the way, it only takes seconds to do. The simplest ways to alleviate all stress from your body. Hypnosis, I guess, we all know that the benefits of meditation and some other forms of, I guess, alternative therapy is used with stress. Well, it's nice to know that those things are also a process of hypnosis. So we're going to get to know quite a few different processes or modalities that are used for stress. And when you have those and you can sort of activate them within a second or two, you'll be able to alleviate stress as quickly as you can turn around. It's great. I'm looking forward to teaching it to you.
A couple of quick ones. DJ, will you teach us how to help people stop smoking? That's a massive one. Have we decided, DJ, whether we're going to do this in this 5 days or we're going to run a special training for it? Did you make a decision there?
We teach a basic program in this, and this is one that I've been working with clients, and of course already some of the students have taken this model and they're out there already filling their practice with clients, making $2,000 to $3,000 a week doing it just from this basic program. But what we want to know is, I guess, or what you want to know is, can it help people stop smoking? And the point is that hypnosis is the most successful modality used in smoking in the world today. And according to several studies, New Science magazine in 1992, which has been backed up by Harvard and Stanford in around 2000 and 2002, that hypnosis is the most effective way to quit the habit, according to the largest ever studies ever done on quitting smoking or quitting the habit. And so when people say the word hypnosis, so often you'll find the number one thing that comes to their mind is, stopping smoking. And that's one of the three, I guess, that's mainly used, but it's one of the biggest used. We hope to give you a tool in this training, actually we'll give you a couple, or a few, to put together with the information you have, especially if you've done the NLP and you've done other coaching modalities with Glenn already, that are going to enhance your ability to help people stop smoking with a higher success rate. Hope that answers your question.
Beautiful. Now, this one's actually from me. I noticed, DJ, that you also run a specialty training all about weight management. Now, question without notice, is that something that we can look at adding into the mix later on as well? Because I look at smoking, alcohol, weight, as the three biggest drugs, but those first three more so, the three biggest challenges that as coaches, we can go out and start making a really big difference with straight away. So do you think that the weight thing, should we create something specially just for that and get a whole lot of people in to come and do that day, or could we do it in a day? Or
yeah, well, this I guess goes back to the other question too. Do we have a course specifically for smoking? We do have sort of an advanced course for smoking and an advanced course for weight loss, and that's something that I think Glenn and you've already talked to me in regard to about. We haven't come to a decision yet. So yes, we do have one that's specifically designed for smoking, specifically designed for weight loss. I have a program that actually helps people lose up to 1 kilo a day.
I'm signing
weight
up.
Loss. And and this is usually about a 3-day training. The smoking is usually a 2-day extra.
Oh wow!
But
Okay.
I want to say that they're sort of advanced modalities. What we're teaching people in the 5-day, we just want to let everyone know, hey, we're not sort of trying to sort of say you have to do our advanced programs. You're going to learn what you need to learn in this training here. And once you go out and start using it and you know that, hey, this stuff works, you're going to go, I want more. What else can I do? How can I improve my results? How can I get more clients? How can I get better and faster results? And I guess that's where our sort of advanced or mastery programs come in from there.
Love it. Now, a couple other little things. Can you use self-hypnosis or hypnosis for sleep? Stephanie asks that one.
Wow. I've used hypnosis for sleep for the last 30 years. And actually, JoJo's just arrived back from her client, and she can testify to this. When actually we first got together, I said that to her, and I think she thought that I was BSing her. And I triggered self-hypnosis. I triggered self-hypnosis within a second. And within about 2.5 minutes, I was out, and I was asleep for 8 hours. I also like to say that I've also used it on airplanes. When I was lead trainer with the Tad James Company and with Oracodes and many other companies, well known internationally in the field, I used to have to travel on long flights. And as everyone knows who's traveled for a long time, when you get to the destination, there's a thing called jet lag that seems to grab you like a ball and chain and hold you in the one spot. I've used self-hypnosis for a method of sleeping in the same way I use it for sleep, to actually eliminate jet lag. So it's a fabulous process. And I'll even go one further than that, because a lot of people ask me in the training, oh, if I can do this for myself, can I put kids to sleep? Like kids as young as, newborns. And yes, there is a process that we actually can do to help children not only sleep better, but also increase their internal dialogue about socializing, being better at school, being better behaved. And that all comes back to that one process that we use in regard to helping people sleep, and use the self-hypnosis for sleep.
Beautiful. Okay, couple of other questions. They're coming through, folks. Thank you for sending them all through. Karen says, I'd sign up for the weight loss program too. And so a couple of questions are asked, a couple of people have asked this, DJ. A few students have said they've already done the 2 days last year with you or Lauren. Do they need to just do the extra 3, or should they do all 5? Do you have an answer for that?
I do. If you've got a busy schedule, just do the 3 days. But I want you to know that there is a little bit more in the 2 days that we give that I think will benefit you. So ultimately, I'm not going to sort of tell you you have to attend those 2 days. If you want to take your skills to another level, if you can manage to get there for the 2 days, I promise you you're going to learn something that's different from slightly different to what you've already learned. But if time is an issue for you, then the 3 days is perfect. So we don't want you to sort of feel pressured into it. Just ask yourself, what do you want? If you want And I know a lot of you are probably sitting there going, you know what, this is my life-changing trainings that I'm doing here. The Life Coaching College is giving me a whole bunch of tools that are going to change my life. I think if you're really thinking that way, then you should really absorb yourself in everything that Glenn's teaching you. Everything.
And I have to say, for everyone on the call, we are, and I say we, really it's DJ, Jojo, and Lauren, but you know, we're running these trainings in every state except for Adelaide. So, you know, we're coming to Brisbane, we're coming to Perth, we're here in Melbourne, and we're also in Sydney. So DJ and Jojo are flying around the place to give you guys this training. So, you know, if you get a chance to get there, I absolutely encourage you to, you know, to get along. DJ, got an interesting one here, a little different. Colleen says, can you use hypnosis to stay awake?
Well, actually, I've probably never been asked that one before. I'll straight away be honest.
Colleen, well done.
To stay awake, you've stumped me on that one. But I will give you, I guess I will give you this. I've used hypnosis to increase my energy in the moment. And if you can increase your energy in the moment, then I'm pretty sure you can increase your energy to stay awake.
Yep, I agree. All right, I think they're the questions. So that's what we had for questions. Thanks for the feedback, guys, and everyone's thanking you as well, DJ, for helping them out. I've got.
Great. Well, I guess we'll get to the next slide and we'll go from there.
All right, that's right. I've got another job to do. I nearly forgot. Okay, I'm back off mute.
Oops, you might have to click it again. We're missing the opening dialogue, the opening title at the top. Here it comes, ever so gently. Great. Yeah, I've actually quickly put these slides together to help everybody understand, I guess, the power of hypnosis in this short little webinar. When we look at those who do and those who don't, we find that those who are prepared for the chance are the ones who make shit happen. Shit being a technical term, of course. Chance favours the prepared mind, and the more you practice, the luckier you become. Richard Branson said this in an interview recently. Yes, he did sort of borrow that chance favours the prepared mind by Louis Pasteur, but I think he stumbled across something very important. We talk about this in the training. If you really want to be successful, you have to, I guess, take on that model of, I want to be great. Richard's taken on this. I think we all know that. We want to be great at what we do, and if that's the case, hypnosis is a wonderful tool for learning to absorb yourself in the energy of that greatness. And it gives you a sort of a, I guess, not a staircase down, it gives you a slippery slide down so that you can get there quite a bit faster. If you're really wanting to take, I guess, your coaching to another level, because some of you are coming into hypnosis for the first time, and I'll get to you in a second, that those who have done other modalities, you can take one aspect out of NLP and you can use hypnosis with that aspect and you'll enhance what you've done. You'll take any process out of what Glenn's teaching in the coaching, what some of the other trainers are doing, and you give a hypnosis process to it and you enhance that process. Hypnosis has the power to do that. It really gives you a canvas in which to practice your masterpiece. And as we said, Louis Pasteur said, chance favours a prepared mind. So hypnosis is the perfect modality to prepare yourself. In fact, it gives you a guide or a place to shadow or to rehearse your life's emotional situations and prepare for possibilities and positive success. So hypnosis being used pretty much in every sporting institution around the world to enhance performance. Used in every athletic centre around the world to enhance performance. Also used in every major university around the world, and there's divisions set up in Harvard, in Stanford, in London U, all set up in there just focusing on how hypnosis can improve the results of people's performance in different areas. So we know over the years, and hypnosis has taken a big leap in the last 10 years thanks to neuroscience. And we're going to give you that physics and that neuroscience is going to be able to give you that skill to enhance whatever it is that you want to do using the process of hypnosis. We can go on to the next slide, I guess, when you're there, unless we've got a question at that point, Glenn. All right, so Glenn may get some questions. If not, I'll go on to this slide just before that, and that is it's not your choice to change your circumstances. It's your responsibility. And believe me, if you would sit down and listen to my life story, you would go, DJ, I don't know how you did it. Seriously, if I sat there over the last 10 years especially and sat there and whinged and whined and blamed this person and blamed that person and blamed this situation, I would not be where I am today. I think and George Bernard Shaw said it the best, people are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. He said, I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, make them. It's your responsibility to make your life what you want it to be. When you're 90 years old, many of you may be 99 years old, or we're hoping to be that lucky, and in good health, and we're sitting there in our rocking chair, and our grandchildren and great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren and possibly great-great-great-grandchildren are walking up towards you on the balcony. You're sitting there in your rocking chair. I mean, seriously, guys, who are you going to blame for your life if you didn't get what you want? At that point in your life, who are you going to blame? In my opinion, I would say it's best to go, you know what? It's my responsibility. At that point, I can't blame anyone. I'm sitting here in this rocking chair. I'm either in good health, poor health. I have family walking towards me, or I have family who are, not so good. I've got to take a certain amount of responsibility for that. In fact, pretty much all of it. And if you want to change it, then this is your moment in life to change it. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter what race you are. If there's circumstances in your life that you want and you can't find them anywhere, then grab hold of this hypnosis, use it with yourself in the best way you can, and find the circumstances to make life the way you want it. And if you give it 100%, if you give it 100%, no excuses, you'll get there. Okay, Glenn, any questions between those slides there?
DJ, no questions. We're all listening intently. Although, JR, if you're there, I just wanted to let you know that the sound... Is everyone's sound okay? Can everyone just check in with me? You can all hear DJ all right? For some reason, JR can't. I'm assuming got her speakers turned off. DJ, you keep going. Do you want the next slide, bud?
Yes, please. And we'll need another click on that because we're, again, missing... Oh, there it is. Good. Okay. The best and only way to learn the best hypnosis is to experience a live training. I think this is pretty obvious to some people. I know a lot of you are probably looking at different things online out in the world. I'll just say that many, many years ago, it'll save me saying this in the training, I guess. Many years ago, I was involved with a sort of cross-psychological society and hypnosis society. And what we did is we sort of went and bought everything online, and we all sort of practiced it, and we got together and we all used it, and we found out what worked and what didn't. We sort of come up with a very, each year we come up with a very similar statistic, and that is most of the stuff out there online was complete and utter bullshit. It's unfortunate, but it was bullshit. And what we found that the people who were getting the best results got them from a live training. There is a lot of stuff out online, but unfortunately a lot of it misses the point when it comes to hypnosis. You really do need to sit down with a person and experience watching them go into a hypnotic process, giving them suggestions and watching them come out and acting on those hypnotic processes. This will give you the best experience possible. You can't get that experience from anything online. It cannot happen. There are some good teachers out online. In fact, I've even trained with some of them, and I've trained many of them. But the best experience that you can get, and I think David Hume put this the best in 1725, there is no greater learning beyond that of experience. And what I found is the people who get the results in hypnosis are those who get the live training experience, feedback, and they're able to go out then with the confidence from that experience and get results. What you will learn by attending the 5-day conscious hypnosis training event is you'll learn to build a resistance to fear. We won't go into depth with that here because we go into more depth with it in the training, but I want you to know that fear is the only reason people fail. People know this, that fear is the only reason people fail when it comes to anything in life, and that is their relationship to the fear. So we'll help you build a resistance. Hypnosis is the best thing out there, I think, in building resistance to fear. Also, personal self-awareness. Personal self-awareness is better than confidence. And we'll go a bit more detail into that in the training itself. But if you can become personally self-aware, you will be able to look across at anybody you're working with. And this goes on, I guess, shifting covert personal space. You'll be able to pick up by certain observational intelligence from this training, you'll be able to pick up certain cues from whoever you're working with and know exactly what they're doing inside their head. I guess let me ask you a question as well when it comes to that. Have you ever been out somewhere and you've looked at someone or you've been in a conversation with someone and suddenly you yourself have looked at them and within you've felt that there's something they're not telling you. There's something they're hiding from you. Understanding your personal self-awareness, you'll be able to pick that up. You'll be able to take it on board and understand what they're doing inside their head. And once you do that, you'll be able to make shifts within yourself that'll make shifts within them. And shift covertly their personal space. And we'll go into what personal space really is in the training. And we'll also help you to master the matrix timeline. Now, I know many of you have probably done matrix therapy. We're not really talking about that specifically. What we're talking about is being able to sit yourself down on your matrix timeline and grab things from your timeline and change them in seconds. So this will enhance any matrix therapy or any timeline work that you've done. Sitting down in your timeline and being able to change them physically and mentally. We'll also teach you to understand the law of attraction in the universe. I think if everyone here who's got into personal development has seen The Secret or The Abundance Factor or a few other Beyond Belief sort of movies and read some of those authors that are in those. And what I find is there's a reason those programs have a back-end product they sell after that training, and that is they don't tell you everything that's in there. They're inspiring and they're great. I really encourage people to watch them. But in this Hypnosis 5-day event, we're going to give you what they don't tell you. And that's going to make a big difference when you walk out that door at the end of the 5 days. We're also going to go through the one emotional feeling that always leads to success. The one emotional feeling that always leads to success. It can't not happen if you apply it. And we'll go on to the next slide. It cannot not happen if you apply it. And of course, if you've got any questions, feel free to type them in. We'll also show you how to use the entire subconscious or unconscious mind to be better, more intelligent, and faster with results. Better, more intelligent, and faster with results. And we show you a conscious process to influence your subconscious or unconscious mind to be able to do that.
DJ, just to let you know, I'm having a couple of screen problems here, but you keep going.
We're also going to learn about the values and emotions of successful people, how to model them and install these traits for serendipitous success. So how to actually take your values, your emotions, and even your beliefs, and how to model the successful people in life and install those so that you can get serendipitous success. And how to induce the hypnotic process with intent, within 10 seconds, with 10 words, and even without words at all. Yes, in the extra 3 days, by the way, we teach you a non-verbal induction. That's an induction without words to hypnotize someone. This was used many years ago when I was working with some clients with court. Hypnosis is not admissible in a court of law, but we managed to find a way to extract information from people that helped us to identify or locate situations that would lead us to evidence that would help us convict criminals, not us, the courts convict criminals. And one of the processes we developed through that was the induction without words. And we'll talk more about why we did it in the training. But you'll be amazed, and it's usually something that you can do in about 2.5 to 3 minutes. And we'll get everyone to practice so that they can perfect it before they leave the training. We also teach you 6 different niches for coaching and the best way to use them for making a successful practice. Obviously, most of the people will come to you, I guess, as a hypnotist, not as a coach. You expand your window a lot more. As a hypnotist, a lot of people will call you for things like smoking, weight loss, stress, performance enhancement, stress reduction, because that's on the top of their tongue. Many people have seen a hypnotist over the years. In fact, thousands upon thousands, hundreds of thousands have seen hypnotists for stopping smoking. So that you'll get a lot of calls for that. And some people say to me, I don't want to do smoking. I'm bored with it. Well, people make a really good living just from doing smoking. And there are 5 other niches outside of that that will also be on the tip of people's tongue that you'll be able to work with to make a successful practice. The wonderful thing is that you don't just have the hypnosis to be able to work with people. You're all in life coaching college here. You're all learning different coaching modalities here. You will have a toolbox full of tools, not just hypnosis. You'll have a toolbox full of tools to be able to use, and then you'll have hypnosis to be able to consciously install all those processes at such a dramatic rate of success. And as I said, I'm really looking forward to teaching this process. One of the things people come to me for, especially when I was with other organizations, one of the things that they asked me to do for them was a thing known as rapid and instant inductions. Over the years, I don't know about you, but I have like really short attention span. And I don't like anything that takes too long. In fact, if it takes longer than 5-10 minutes, it usually bores me and I throw it away. So I developed a lot of the rapid and instant inductions that are being used in the profession. Not all of them, of course, a lot of people out there have done it as well. But I'm going to teach you a whole set of rapid and instant inductions to induce the process of hypnosis within seconds, and sometimes within even a microsecond. And so we're going to go through those processes. There's one induction we do 6 different ways, and there's another 4 or 5 different instant processes that we do that we teach you. That we're going to teach you, and then we're going to get you to do them with everybody in the room. So you're going to have a lot of fun running around the room, hypnotizing everybody like chickens. It's going to be great. By the way, we won't make you, cluck like a chicken and bark like a dog, but you'll be running around the room, hypnotizing everybody like chickens. It'll be great. And of course, much, much more. This training is really a complete training. And I have to say that we teach you a step-by-step process, a special process here, the 10 Commandments of hypnosis, that if you then go and start to learn some stuff offline from this training, with the experience of this training, you'll be able to grab something offline and you'll understand it. And you'll be able to go, I know how that works. Now I can take that skill and use that for myself. And you'll know how to do it because you'll have an experience and a process to be able to do that with. And that alone in this training is worth the value of the cost of the training. To be able to take any technique and be able to go, hey, damn, I know how to use that. And I'm going to put this hypnotic process with it and make it even faster. And you'll end up being one of the best hypnotists in your neighborhood, which would be great. We want as many great hypnotists out there doing this sort of stuff with people because we know that this sort of hypnosis, this style, conscious hypnosis, gets results and a high percentage of success. So the more people we have out there doing it, the more we get known, and the more clients everyone will have. And that's always good in my book because we want you to be successful. We want you to be able to earn a good living doing this. We want you to find your passion, and I think this will help you. So we're going to be teaching this seminar in Perth in March. I think you see that slide, March 11 to 15. And we're really looking forward to showing up in Perth and working with you guys. Brisbane, April 2nd to 6th. And I'm next Gold Coast guy, Gold Coast Brisbane guy. So I'm really looking forward to getting up there, spending some time in Brisbane and on the Gold Coast in that beautiful warm weather in April, and working with you guys teaching hypnosis. Melbourne, May 7th and 8 and 13 to 15. Sydney, Lauren is going to be in Sydney on 13 and 14 and 20 to 22. Lauren, those of you who know Lauren already, is a phenomenal trainer. We've worked with her. She's such a lovely, amazing person. She has an amazing way to deliver her information. So yeah, get behind her in Sydney. She's great. Adelaide, I'll put Adelaide there because I know there's a lot of people from Adelaide here, and we sort of were talking about going to Adelaide. We were looking at actually going to Adelaide ourselves as well. So maybe we can talk about that with if there's enough interest with Glenn. I don't know.
Absolutely. We've got 11 people, by the way. We've got 11 students that started their training with us in Adelaide on the weekend. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, if we have enough, absolutely. I have got a question here about Sydney. The date for Sydney, or the month, sorry, for Sydney is May. For you guys that are asking, it's May.
May. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to put May 13, 14. I think I do have to go to Sydney at some point during those last 3 days. Hopefully, if Lauren wants me, which I'm sure she will, maybe I can drop in and just answer a few questions if people are interested. But obviously, we'll talk to Lauren about that as well.
Couple of questions, DJ, if I could. Stephanie, I'm coming from Darwin and need to do the 5 days in a row, so will there be a class later in the year after August? Stephanie, your options for 5 in a row are Brisbane and Perth. So we do 5 in a row in those two lovely places. There might be, Adelaide will probably be 5 in a row if we get there, but Steph, I'd say go to Perth, babe. Why not? Beautiful place to visit. I did, DJ, just let me find, someone asked, it was Claire, do you know anyone in Cairns or far north Queensland you can refer me to for an actual live hypnosis session? So DJ, I might get Claire to send me an email about that tomorrow and I'll pass it along to you. Michelle, does hypnosis work with clients on medication? Michelle, that's really broad. There's all kinds of medication. We may need a little more info on that one. Or DJ, you help me, but I'm assuming you're going to need more info.
We're going to, in the training, we're going to depth with that actually.
Okay.
With certain things with hypnosis and coaching that you work with and medications and so forth. So we do talk about that.
Okay, Sydney. Trish, is the Sydney training for the first dates 13, 14, Friday, Saturday, or is it meant to be 14, 15, Saturday, Sunday? No, whatever it is what it is, Trish. So the dates that you see right there are the dates that Lauren is going to be doing it.
I'm looking at the course dates there in Sydney. I've got 13 and 14.
And 20, 21, 22, right? That's what I've got as well. So Trish, send an email to Beth, support at, but the trainers have all had these dates for about 6 months now, so I doubt that they'll be changing them, and I'm assuming everyone else has them as well. Amy, DJ, I'm not sure where to inject this question, but I just wanted to ask, why does hypnosis work for some people and not for others? When I used to smoke, I tried hypnosis to quit, but it didn't work. Was the quality of the hypnotherapist, or does it just not work on some people? That's from Amy in WA. Good question.
Fantastic question, Amy. Thank you for asking it. I was going to bring it up and I forgot. I think we have to, I guess, let's look at a more broader range. If you go for a surgery, you can get a room full of people going in for the same procedure. And for some of them it'll work and some of them it won't. You can get 10 kids from a school class and say, today we're going to learn basketball. And within 10 years, some of them will be playing, a very small number will be playing professional basketball. A few of them will be playing local basketball. And you'll always have a couple that gave it up soon after they started. There's so many different styles of hypnosis out there. And depending on the person that you are or the person that your client is, different styles of hypnosis will affect different people. What I have found in over 26 years of doing hypnosis is I've never found a person who I guess I can't hypnotize. But we also want to say to some degree. In the smoking I teach, I have a 97% success rate, and that means that 3% it doesn't work for them. Now, I have to say that's with all styles of hypnosis, and that's with all styles and modalities of therapy. The first thing to realize that if someone's coming to you to quit smoking, they're really already convinced of hypnosis. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there. So you need to be able, I guess, and the beauty about the training that we're going to teach is it covers the different styles of the different people's values that you're going to get in your session. So you'll be able to at least try something, and if that particular style of hypnosis doesn't work, you'll be able to try something else. And just keep going until something does work. Even with the 3% that I've worked with where it hasn't worked, I've got some degree of success by doing that exact method. If something didn't work, I tried something else. I tried another style of hypnosis, or I tried different suggestions, or I asked some more questions, or I really paid attention to some observational intelligence and found something there that it was inhibiting the process. We've all heard of secondary gain too. That's also another thing we have to be very conscious of. But if you really pay attention to your client, I think you can help just about everyone that comes in, providing they want to be there.
DJ, it's funny you say that, and beautiful answer. As a coach, and I'm not sure on your belief here, but my belief as a coach right from day one was that I was going to be awesome, and this person who was in there was going to get the change that they wanted. And I'm not talking just as a coach in our life coaching, hypnosis kind of space. I'm talking as a cricket coach. I'm talking as a teacher. I'm talking as a teacher at exam level. For me, that belief that it would absolutely work, this thing I was doing, whatever it was, I think when I had that belief, and I know when I've got that belief, that's the thing that holds me and my client in great stead more than anything else. Would you agree? Does that work for you as well?
Beautifully put, Glenn. And the wonderful thing is too, because I mean, we all get people in to see us as clients, or we all go out to even parties with relatives and friends and stuff, and there's always one in the room, there's always one cloud in the room where we feel uncomfortable, we feel something just isn't right. And we sort of start to doubt our own perfection in that way of thinking. You know, I'm going to be a great coach, I'm going to be a great hypnotist, I'm going to get great results in sport as a professional basketballer myself and other professional martial artists. And the beautiful thing about hypnosis, as I find, is you can change that belief within seconds. You can turn it so that even if for one moment someone in the room changes your energy, you can instantly change it back. And you can even get results with the biggest doubter in the room. It's wonderful. But again, like you say, Glenn, perfectly said, there's always, you know, you have that belief. Sometimes though, you're just going to get someone that just doesn't believe what you believe. And that's all right, by the way. That's okay.
DJ, I believe we are right at the end of our time, 8:45. I want to officially thank you so much for your time tonight. It's been a really wonderful webinar to learn a bit more about what the guys are getting and to hang out with you for a little while. It's fun. There's lots of thank yous filing through here, by the way. I want to let everyone on the call know that tomorrow you guys will get an email from me. That email will give you an opportunity to be able to look at doing hypnosis if you're not. It'll be confirmation for you if you are. And I hope that after tonight it might be one of those things that you look at adding to your toolkit. I know there are some coaches in the school that are doing really, really well from having hypnosis as part of what they now offer to their offerings. So that's definitely what's happening. By the way, DJ, just to let you know, there was a bit of an echo going back and forward through your speakers. So I have put you onto mute. On behalf of everyone, thank you. Just a really quick one while I'm here. If you are not currently enrolled in hypnosis or in that advanced diploma, by the way, if you're in advanced diploma, you're in hypnosis. If you're not currently enrolled in hypnosis, I want you to put a Y for yes if after this call you think you might like to do it. I'm curious, just to entertain me, because we've got a lot of people on the call. Yeah, I thought so. Lots and lots of yeses. Okay. I was curious to find out what you guys thought. I personally can't wait to do hypnosis with DJ. I'm really looking forward to doing it. So, DJ, just to let you know, we've got a lot of people that have said yes to the question. A couple of people, Hayden has said no chicken dancing though. A lot of people look like they're really curious about doing hypnosis. You guys, I will send an email out tomorrow. The training is soon, right? If you're in Sydney, it is in May. If you're in Melbourne, it's in May. If you're in Brisbane, it's in April. If you're in Perth, it's in March. So if you want to get involved in doing that, then in doing your 5-day hypnosis, then you'll need to let me know. All right, guys, I'm gonna get going. I am gonna thank DJ on your behalf. Thank you so much, DJ, for coming along. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant having you here. Colleen, if it was in Adelaide, is there a possible date? Colleen, there absolutely isn't a date. That's a long way away. We'd need to get 10 people, who are committed to doing it before we do that. All right, thank you for the thank you. DJ, I'm sure, thanks you for the thank you. And just from me to DJ and Jojo, and I hope they're still listening, it's incredible for us to have these two unbelievably wonderful, beautiful, brilliant giving presenters. We're talking about a man who has spent his life doing this stuff, who has been the lead trainer at the biggest NLP school in the country, who is now dedicated brilliantly to creating incredible hypnotists around the place. And DJ, to you and Jojo, I want to thank you for being part of the school. We're very, very lucky to have you. I feel privileged that you're here. I'm glad to tell you that your image appears on the website now. I got that from you today and spruced it up, so that's exciting too, mate. And for everyone else, have a wonderful week. As always, lovely hanging out. I do want to let you know, tomorrow night, Catherine is going to be running a 30-minute class about the 4-day leadership coaching training. We're trying to give you guys as much information as we can about trainings that are coming up. So tomorrow night, and I'll post the details on Facebook, tomorrow night Catherine is running a class all about that leadership training. So that'll be one to get along to as well. I'll talk to you tomorrow about hypnosis. Until then, have a brilliant night. Lovely hanging out. And again, DJ and Jojo, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. We have recorded that call, so it'll be up tomorrow for everyone to listen to as well.